This story is absolutely incredible. Somebody prank called the Secretary of Defense in Britain, pretending to be the Prime Minister of Ukraine. And they had like a 15-minute conversation. It's a YouTuber. I'm not kidding. This is real. And the video is on YouTube. And I wanted to show you some of these things. I mean, it's insane. Look at the headline from The Guardian. So The Guardian says, video released showing Russian hoax call with UK Defense Secretary. Yep. This thing is actually real. So let's take a look at some of the most important parts with Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace is the Defense Secretary in the UK. And because again, it's a bit long. I won't play the whole thing, but we'll just take a look at these bits, okay?
Over the last 5 years. So I'm determined to keep more and more supplies coming to you.
Well, I understand that you are probably fed up with this question, but I would like to ask, how else can the UK support us in this difficult time for you?
I can't say where I've been, but I've just been to look at more of our anti-air capacity to give you and making sure that we are getting it into the country as quickly as possible.
Aha. So he basically just admitted that the UK is going to be supplying more than just the NLAWs they've talked about, because the NLAWs are anti-tank rockets, right? NLAW. And now he's saying that they're going to give them anti-air capabilities. This is important because, again, the whole issue is the Ukrainians want a no-fly zone, right? They're not getting one. But the UK is supplying them with these weapons. I think it's very interesting that he's admitting what kinds of weapons the UK is giving them. I cannot believe, like, this is real. This is a real video. How can you fall for this? Anyway, I'm just going to show you the other parts and then we'll discuss. Here he talks about a no-fly zone, okay?
Of course, I know that. I'm talking about the situation. Of course, one of the main issues that we are concerned about now is the open sky over Ukraine. So the question is it possible to somehow make the NATO ban on non-interference and do something to close the sky for Russian aircraft? I know that many times you were questioned about this, but it's really, really important now. And President Zelensky says about it yesterday in Congress.
So look, two things. I've just been looking at our new anti-air missile that we're sending you, which is better than Stinger. It'll work at night. It's a very, very fast missile, and it will help close the skies to Russian aircraft.
Yes.
I think what I would like to understand from Ukraine is, given that Russia has overwhelming amounts of artillery and missiles, and one of the few areas that Ukraine has a military ability to hit those missiles and artillery is using air and Bayraktar 2s, how would you deal with not being able to fly? Because a no-fly zone would be for both sides. Mr. Prime Minister, could I ask you a question, if I may?
Yes.
Your constitution currently has...
Wow. I love how he has to explain what a no-fly zone is. He's like, yeah, but if we give you one, I mean, you know that you can't fly either, right? Like, oh my goodness. And the way he's trying to like plug the anti-aircraft missile, like, mate, this thing is absolutely wicked. Okay, it's better than a Stinger. It's much faster. It works at night vision. So I want to show you another clip. Actually, let's continue at this spot. Let's go. I want to hear the next question.
Mr. Could I ask you a question, if I may?
Yes.
Your constitution currently has the application or the NATO obligation in it. I understand if President Zelensky, and I heard what he said about neutrality or not joining NATO. Do you think the Ukrainian people would support that?
I really don't know now, because you know the situation after what Putin has done, it's pretty hard for us to change the constitution. So we have to see what we can do. Maybe it would be international agreement. anyway, but it's a pretty hard situation. So we have to see, and of course it should be with our allies. And also the question I would like to ask: could British warships come to Black Sea and help us? I mean,
this thing is so amazing. Oh man, Ben Wallace like, can I ask you a question? And he's like, yes, sure, yes, of course, yes. He plays the part so well. It really sounds authentic, right? Again, this is a real video. I'm just talking about the prank caller. Again, this is Vovan222 prank. That's the channel's name. They're really convincing, honestly. So again, they're not pretending to be Zelensky. They're pretending to be or he's pretending to be the prime minister. And did you see how he asked him about NATO? Did you? My impression from what Ben Wallace, the UK Defense Secretary, just asked the prank caller, who's supposed to be the Ukrainian PM, I got the impression he's asking him whether Ukraine is willing to go neutral, which is interesting because in the other parts of the video, he says that, we have always wanted you to join NATO. And he starts blaming the French and the Germans. I'll show it to you in a second. But did you guys also get the same impression that he's testing the waters to see if Ukraine is willing to accept neutrality to, finish this whole crisis?
Yeah, I would like to ask you for my human opinion. How do you think other states, what do they think about our anti-NATO status? So what do you think? What about your colleague from the US? What do he really thinks about our status? So I know that it's pretty difficult to not try to join NATO. But
so look. I don't think we have any of our colleagues. Of course we're sad, and Britain was one of those countries that wanted you to join NATO, right? I mean, there are 30 nations in NATO, and that is part of the problem. It's not easy to get every single one to say yes. And we have always wanted you to join NATO, which is why our training teams were there to help you over the last 5 years try and get to the right stage. And
what was that? He said our training teams were there to help you during the last 5 years? Very interesting. Very interesting indeed.
You were there. So that is, a deep sense of regret. What we don't want to do is see you bullied into making decisions like recognizing Crimea as Russia. So I think, we deeply feel that you should be free, away from this Russian Nazi and bully.
We would like to...
Okay, let me show you another part. Because right now, he get ready for the juicy one. He's gonna ask him for nuclear weapons.
Continue the nuclear program in order to protect ourselves from Russia. It's a difficult question, but we think to start it.
Okay, but do you think? I think more than being neutral, Russia would really hate that.
Russia would really hate that. Like as if it's like some kind of like a garden gnome or some kind of fence, like a fucking nuclear missile. I think the Russians would really, they really hate that, wouldn't they? I don't know. You think? Really?
For sure. We know this, of course, but it's one of the question that we are interested. But if you could help us in this regard, it would be really, really important.
Okay. Well, look, I, Mr. Prime Minister, on all those bigger questions, I think those are questions that I need to speak to.
When someone asks you to make plans and you don't want to go, it's like, I got to check my agenda first, and I'll get back to you on that one. We should totally do something sometime soon, right?
To my Prime Minister. The principle is we will support Ukraine as our friend in the choices you make. Whether you want to be part of NATO or you don't want to be part of NATO, whether you want to explore new weapons, etc., that is all a matter for you to decide and for the West to in a sense, stand by you. And on things like the security guarantees, we would be very happy to look at that with you in whatever way we can. I understand the need for it. And we would like to be close to you in these negotiations for really two reasons. So we can provide our intelligence to you as much as possible to let you know what we think the Russians are thinking, and to just allow you all to be able to explore with us what you think.
But did you notice what he said? He said that whether you want to be part of NATO, whatever new weapons you want to explore, I don't know how you guys understood that. He could be, trying to make it sound like, it's like he's talking to a child. Like, yeah, those new weapons. He doesn't actually mean nukes. But I don't know. Some people think that he actually meant nukes. I don't know. I honestly, I think the West doesn't care about Ukraine at all. They just use and abuse Ukraine, and they're certainly not going to give Ukraine nukes. Like that's actually going to start World War III. Like no question. And honestly, the UK just being a nuclear power, you don't want more and more countries to have nukes. The whole point is that you have an upper hand and advantage from that. So I don't think he's actually saying, like, when he says we'll help you explore new weapons, I don't think he's saying that they want to give them nukes. Again, I could be wrong. I don't know what you guys understood from that, but it's politician talk. How embarrassing. This whole thing is so embarrassing. Oh my goodness. Because in the comments, for example, one comment says that the sad fact is that the defense secretary didn't say a strict no when he was asked about supplying nukes. Quite the opposite. He is ready to discuss it further. I don't know. That's just how you speak. Politicians lie. So I think he didn't want to say a flat out no, because he did say no by shirking it. He said, yeah, I'll have to discuss that with the prime minister. Oh, that's the impression that I got. Again, I'm not trying to. I know what my government is capable of, but I think he was saying no in a different way. So there's another part over here where they talk about the nukes again, and let me play that for you. So let's take a look.
Any proposals you talk about are something that the UK would discuss. On your acquisition of a nuclear, you think you want to explore a nuclear weapon, I think I would just be very careful about all of that. I think we are a signature to the Nuclear Proliferation Act. We can't be seen to be doing that. That is an entirely different issue. So,
what does that mean? I think we're a signatory of that. Yes, you should probably know that as the bloody defense minister, whether you signed the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty or not. The Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty is, of course, as you know, it's what the name implies. It's to stop, countries obtaining nuclear weapons. If you sign it, as Iran did, for example, you have the right to a civilian nuclear program. Always remember that. So, Iran's nuclear program is completely legal, completely fine. But in any case, do you notice what he said? He said, we can't be seen to be doing that. What does that mean? Like, we need to cover our asses if we help you? The fact that we can't tell what he's saying, I think, is a bit shady. Because on the one hand, I'm like, he's trying to say no in a polite way. But then I'm also like, well, what? Hold on a second. I'm not sure. You never know with these people. Oh my goodness. The fact that they were able to pull off this prank call is absolutely amazing. This is the channel. Again, I'm just going to show it to you so you can see the name down here. Vovan222 prank. This is unbelievable. Obviously, this is a catastrophe. If you're the bloody defense secretary, you're a cabinet official. What kind of security and defense is this defense minister running? If a prank caller, a YouTuber, can get you on the line and start talking about national security issues. There's some parts in the video, in this prank call, where they put a black screen and said that they had to skip it because they cut parts out of the video because it was dangerous for UK national security. The prank callers did that themselves. So he was saying very sensitive things. He doesn't even know who he's talking to. This is absolutely incredible. One of you in the comments says that was a prank call. Yes, I'm not kidding. This is real. This is a fucking prank call. Someone prank called the UK Defense Secretary. I mean, it's unbelievable. Do you want to take a look at the response? So the Ministry of Defense released this statement about the hoax video. So on Twitter, they said that we are calling on YouTube to help us support Ukraine by taking down videos doctored by the Russian state and disseminated to try and sap the morale of a people fighting for their freedom. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's take a look at the statement. So they say the latest Russian disinformation presented in this video creates a substantial risk to UK national security and our defense commitments to NATO and our international partners, not to mention the risk to international unity working to support Ukraine against Russia's illegal invasion. As the Russian state was responsible for the hoax call, we are writing to insist you remove or at least block access to the videos in line with Google YouTube policy announced on March 11th. As a provider of global online content, you will no doubt see far more Russian state disinformation than the MOD, and understand the damage that can be caused by propaganda, mis- and disinformation. Hold on a second. So this is like Hunter Biden's laptop. They're trying to pretend that the video is fake and it's Russian disinformation. What part of it is doctored? You can't doctor that. Am I going mad? Like, this is a real video, and they say that it's the Russian state is behind it. So basically, they're saying that since YouTube is blocking everything to do with Russia, that they should logically block this channel because it's obviously a YouTube channel run by Russia. It's not. Look, these guys. I'm trying to show you the channel. They're professional prank callers. They have like 138,000 subscribers. They're even verified on YouTube. I think they've prank called Elton John before. You know, it's just. I mean, the fact that they were able to get through doesn't make it disinformation. They're saying that the doctored clip asserts that the UK's supply of NLAWs to Ukraine have often failed. Our NLAWs have not failed. This is factually incorrect. This disinformation seeks to undermine the technical manufacturing capability of UK specialized weaponry and denigrate the UK's reputation as a leading NATO partner and defense contributor. What the hell is that? Do you see how they're grasping at straws? So they're not denying any of the things that were said in the video. They're trying to say that, well, you're claiming that our weapons don't work so well. That's disinformation. What? What bullshit is this? What? Someone who doesn't like your weapons is now spreading Russian state propaganda. What is that? They have nothing. The video is real. The video is real. This is the only thing that they have to say. They're grasping at straws. This is so ridiculous. Look, here's the other one. They say the doctored clip also purports to show the defense secretary saying that the UK is running out of our own supplies. This is again factually incorrect. We have no supply shortages. Listen, mate. Our rockets, they go pew pew. The absolute best. All right, bruv. We've got no shortage supplies. No supply shortages. What kind of lines are these? This is pathetic. This is really pathetic. I mean, the hoax itself was bad enough. This is just making it worse. This is just making it worse. Oh my goodness. The video is real. They're basically inadvertently confirming that this video is real. And the only disinformation they have is that, oh, you insulted our supply chain and the efficacy of our rocket launchers. What? This is a piss poor attempt, isn't it? This is piss poor. Awful. Absolutely awful. Remember, mate, they work at night. Take a look at this. The Guardian, another headline, they said, Russia responsible for hoax calls to Ben Wallace and Priti Patel, says number 10. Downing Street, so for those of you who don't know, Downing Street is where the Prime Minister works. So, you know, it's like the White House for the UK. So Downing Street says Moscow behind calls to British Defense Secretary and Home Secretary last week. The Russian state was responsible for hoax calls to Ben Wallace and Priti Patel, pretending to be the Ukrainian Prime Minister, Downing Street has said. But how do you know that? Number 10 said it believed Russian state actors were responsible without giving more details on who linked to the Kremlin had been identified. Again, this is garbage. they believe. It's like, U.S. officials believe, allege, claim, have good reason to believe that you're speculating. You don't have proof. Again, these guys are professional prank callers, and they've prank called Elton John. Are you telling me Putin sent them to prank call Elton John as well? Come on. This is ridiculous. And for those of you who don't know, the Home Secretary, so again, the guy we were just watching now is Ben Wallace, the Defense Secretary. The Home Secretary is Priti Patel. I'm actually surprised that they were able to prank call her, because she's usually busy trying to attack journalists and immigrants. So she's busy dismantling whatever's left, whatever semblance of democracy the UK has, or purportedly has. So I'm actually surprised she had time for a call. Here's a teaser from the same channel. Again, the same prank callers. Let's take a look at... I'm interested to see what's going on, because I think this will be amazing.
Well, dear Secretary, I hope that
my
the
God.
families will not be afraid
It's her!
from our nationalists, as Putin tried to make them
Oh
fear.
my goodness.
Well, I think, Prime Minister, you're absolutely right. And if I may, we launched the sponsorship scheme yesterday just for people to express their interest on housing Ukrainian nationals.
No, I mean people who are nationalists, as Putin tried to fear all the world, that there are a lot of banders, neo-Nazis. I hope that UK citizens are not afraid of them.
Clearly, they're not. Well, the support is very significant here. It really is.
What? Oh, shit! You got her. Did you see that? Oh my goodness. Nailed her. He's asking her, we hope you're not afraid of all the Nazis we got in Ukraine. She's like, no, of course not. This bitch. Oh, we got to play that again. We have to play that again.
Hey, we launched the sponsorship scheme yesterday just for people to express their interest on housing Ukrainian nationals.
No, I mean people who are nationalists, as Putin tried to fear all the world, that there are a lot of banders, neo-Nazis. I hope that UK citizens are not afraid of them.
Clearly, they're not. Well, the support is very significant here. It really is.
What? Oh my God. Oh, this is my government. This is my government. Oh, those Nazis? No, we got love. We got much love for all the Azovs. Keep on Naziing. We support you all the way. Bloody good show. Jolly good show, boy. Righto. They got her ass in 4K. Oh, that's goodness. That's amazing. I mean, did you see the way she's smiling? He's listing all the Nazis, and she's like, yes, no, we love you. Yes, we love your Nazis. Don't worry. Oh, shit. Oh, this is amazing. I can't wait to see the full. This is just a teaser. I cannot wait to see the full thing. Guys, I got to be honest. These guys, this channel, they're prank callers. This is journalism. This is investigative fucking journalism. This is absolutely incredible. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. For those of you who don't know Priti Patel, I envy you. I've talked about her a lot on this channel because she's my Home Secretary, right? And she's, of course, the one who will sign Julian Assange's extradition. She recommended that the Official Secrets Act in the UK be amended to send journalists to prison for 14 years if they publish government secrets. So they want to make it more like the Espionage Act in the US, something that can be used against reporters, against journalists, right? Against the so-called free press. And then, of course, she supports all the other things, like basically the police being able to stop a protest on the spot. Even if it's one person, the police would be able to stop you for being a nuisance. Like that how vague is that? So this is the kind of person Priti Patel is. Again, I've talked about all these things on the channel. Look up Kill the Bill, Overseas Operations Bill, Nationality and Borders Bill. So she wants to strip people, British citizens, of their citizenship without telling them. And she can do that now. Priti Patel, her, I just showed her to you. She can strip people of their citizenship without notice. And she also made sure that Hamas is a terrorist organization. Lots of lovely things that you would expect from the British. So, wow, this is amazing. This is amazing. My goodness. I can't wait to see the full one. This is the spot where we're going to cover it. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. I mean, Ben Wallace, the defense secretary, and now the home secretary. This is journalism. I'm telling you, man. The fact that the government is trying to downplay this as a Russian operation is so disgusting. This is very, very similar to the Hunter Biden laptop, right? They're trying to censor something that is real, and the arguments that they're using are preposterous. Basically, again, I'm going to repeat this so you make sure that you understood what the government is saying. The Ministry of Defense is responding to the publication of this video with Ben Wallace, with the defense secretary, by saying that the prank call is Russian disinformation because the video claims that British rockets don't work and that there's a problem with the supply chain of weapons. That's not fucking disinformation. You're grasping at straws. The video's real. They have no arguments. They're grasping at straws. That is so ridiculous. So if I go on the street or right now and I say, guys, British rockets are terrible, that means it's Russian disinformation. What the hell is that? That is ridiculous, man. Even if I go and chop up the clip, I get a clip of a politician, I chop it up to make it look like they said that. That's not disinformation. They're trying to make it look like Russia's behind it so YouTube bans it because it's a real video. The only thing that was cut out of the video, I'm going to show you the part where they do this. They only cut out some parts because it was to protect UK national security. So they were actually redacting things because they knew that it's important to do that, because they didn't want to divulge government secrets. Look, this is one of the parts. You see here? It says, sorry, but some part of the conversation has been deleted because it is likely to affect the national security of the UK. The Prime Minister's official spokesperson said the Russian state was responsible for the hoax telephone calls to UK ministers last week. What a joke. Russian disinformation. What a load of bollocks. Absolute bollocks. Wallace, so the defense secretary, has publicly acknowledged he had been targeted shortly after his call on Thursday in an attempt to get ahead of any attempt by Moscow to circulate footage from it. An investigation has been launched into how it happened, and a cross-Whitehall review is looking at tightening up security procedures. I mean, this is pathetic. Honestly, you are the defense minister and someone was able to compromise national security and get on a call with you, on a video call. What a pathetic excuse for a defense secretary. Honestly, man, the guy should be fired. I mean, I don't like anyone losing their job. I'm not trying to say that. But I mean, if I were the prime minister, I'd fire him. How can you be the defense secretary and a YouTuber prank called you? I mean, come on, man. That is pathetic. Where's the security protocols and procedures? I mean, this is absurd, honestly. And the Home Secretary. Honestly, it's not. I don't think it's their fault. The people around them, their staff, are idiots. They're putting them on calls with someone they don't even know who's on the other line. It's incredible. My goodness.